I asked ChatGPT what it means to be humanist, and I'm going to read my question and the answer ChatGPT gave to me. What it means to be I'm going to repeat. What it means to be a humanist, in particularly secular neo-humanist. I know it means to be atheist and vegan, but can you elaborate more on that? And besides being vegan and atheist, but also environmentalist, what else more? I know compassion is a big part of it, but also science. I am already or define myself as a secular neo-humanist, but I like just to call it humanist from humanism. Also, I also and so I am to understand, and so I want to understand more about humanism. Thoughts. That's a thoughtful question. There are a few different ideas here that are worth separating, because the term humanism, secular humanist, and humanist are related but not identical. Humanism. At its core, humanism is an ethical and philosophical outlook that emphasizes dignity and worth of every person, using reason, evidence, and critical thinking, compassion and empathy, human rights and equality, freedom of thought and expression, democracy and cooperation, education and lifelong learning, solving problems through science and reason when appropriated, taking responsibility for improving the world ourselves rather than expecting supernatural intervention. Humanism asks questions like, how can we help people and other sentient beings flourish, rather than what does a divine authority command? Secular humanism. A secular humanism is humanism without relying on religion or supernatural beliefs. Secular humanism without relying on religion or supernatural beliefs. Many secular humanists are atheists or agnostics, but atheism itself is not a requirement. Someone could believe in some form of spirituality and still share many humanist values. Secular humanism Thought organized secular humanism generally takes a naturalistic worldview. Its main ideas include evidence over faith, ethics based ethics based on consequence for conscious beings, scientific inquiry, separation of religion and government, freedom of religion and freedom from religion. I might say freedom from all religions and freedom of religion and freedom from all religions. Human right Human rights. Neo-humanism. Neo-humanism is different from secular humanism. The term was introduced by Prabhat Ranjan Sharkar. It expands moral concern beyond humans to include all animals, all animals, plants, ecosystems, the whole living world. Many humanists advocate compassion for all sentient beings, environmental protection, reducing exploitation, universal education, global outlook instead of narrow nationalism. However, traditional neo-humanism is not inherently secular or atheist. It actually includes spiritual ideas because of its origins. Is veganism required? No philosophy, no philosophy, no philosophy officially requires veganism, but many humanists conclude that veganism is ethically consistent with their values. That means that vegan is like a good choice. It's a good. It's coherent with being humanist. The reason is often it is unnecessary suffering. If unnecessary suffering is wrong, all animals can suffer. Then we should avoid causing unnecessary suffering. This is why many humanists are vegan, although not all are. Is atheism required? For humanism in general, no. Is atheism required? For humanists in general, no. For secular humanists, usually yes, or at least a naturalistic worldview without supernatural beliefs. For neo-humanism, no. Environmentalism. Environmentalism fits naturally with humanism because human well-being depends on healthy ecosystems. Other living beings have moral values. Future generations deserve a livable planet. Other important humanist values. Other important humanist values. Besides compassion, science, veganism for many, atheism for secular humanists, and environmentalists, humanists often value curiosity. Curiosity and honesty, intellectual humility, critical thinking, justice, equality, freedom, responsibility, cooperation, peace, non-violence where possible, education, creativity, open-mindedness, respect for evidence, improvement, global cooperation, democracy and human rights, kindness, integrity, rational optimism, your perspective. From our conversations, your outlook aligns with many humanist ideas. You often emphasize compassion and empathy, vegan ethics, science and critical thinking, environmental sustainability, equality, peace and ending war, global cooperation, freedom, education, improving humanity through knowledge and technology while keeping ethics at the center. Respect for evidence over superstition. Those ideas fit comfortably with a broad humanist worldview. One small distinction is that humanism itself does not prescribe every specific political or philosophical position. For example, two humanists might disagree about economics, technology, or government, while still sharing the core commitment to human dignity, reason, compassion, and ethical responsibility. Concise way to describe humanism might be: humanism is commitment to using reason, compassion, evidence, and cooperation to help humans and increasingly, in modern interpretations, other sentient beings flourish while respecting freedom, equality in the natural world. I'm going to repeat the last sentence. Humanism is the commitment to using reason, compassion, evidence, and cooperation to help humans and increasingly in modern interpretation other sentient beings flourish while respecting freedom, equality, in the natural world. If you also extend moral concerns to non-human animals and ecosystems as you do, your personal philosophy could be described as a secular, evidence-based vegan form of humanism that is coherent and increasingly common way to interpreting humanist ethics, even though not all humanists are atheists or vegans. And so this is the response of ChatGPT. But I might say that for the modern term for humanism or humanists, for me, it means to be vegan and atheist. So if you are humanist, you are vegan and atheist. So so that was the more broad and also specific part that GPT gave me in his answer or her answer or its answer. And so this is the answer that GPT gave me about humanist. And so and I shared this what he the answer he gave me to me. Hope you enjoy just sharing this thought. I'm going to share this on X and Blue Sky.